Growing up, African teaches you something very early. Money is not gone, money is just hiding. So, because African parents will look you in the eye and say, "We don't have money," then 2 hours later, visitors arrive, and suddenly there's food, chicken, rice, drinks. I'm like, wait, is this chicken on credit or what? Because 5 minutes ago, we were fasting for character development. Growing up African, where broke doesn't mean broke. It means we have money, but it's not for you. That's the real translation. Because the same parents who say we don't have money will somehow produce school fees like a miracle. No explanation, no meaning, no meeting, no warning. Just go to school. I'm like, how? Did God send a mobile money alert? African parents don't save money in the bank. They save money in secrets. My parents didn't have a wallet. They had locations. Under the mattress, inside the Bible, in a jacket, nobody is allowed to touch. Yeah, you touch that jacket and suddenly they're awake. Ash, why are you touching my things? Like, relax, I'm not stealing. I'm just being curious. And African parents don't say how much things cost. They just say it's expensive. That's not a number, that's a threat. Mhm. You ask, how much is that phone? They say, phones these days, that's it. That's the budget meeting. Growing up broke but proud is confusing because you don't feel poor until you visit someone's house. You walk in and they have a fridge that is full. Not just water, food. You open the fridge and there are options. I didn't grow up with options. We had hope. You open our fridge. It's just light. The fridge light was the meal. That's why African kids don't leave the fridge open. We respect electricity. Yeah. Some of you grew up asking, what's for supper? African kids don't ask that. We ask, is there food? Because the answer might be no, and nobody wants you. You just sit there until it's late enough to sleep hungry. And African parents will still say, sleep, hunger will pass. No, it won't. It's doing push-ups inside my stomach. Money trauma stays with you. As an adult, when someone says, let's eat outside, I still need a meeting. Eat where? Outside where? Because growing up, eating outside meant a special occasion, like someone died, or someone graduated, or Jesus came back. You couldn't just eat outside because you're hungry. That's rich behavior for rich people. African parents don't buy snacks casually. They buy snacks with purpose. Don't eat that, it's for visitors. Who are the visitors? Who are these visitors? Because they never arrive. Yeah. I feel like African parents were just saving snacks for a future that never happened. And the worst lie African parents tell about money, wait. That word ruined us. Can I have money? Wait. Wait for what? For the economy to improve? Wait can mean maybe 5 minutes or 5 years. I waited so long, I grew a beard. Money discipline was extreme. You drop food, they don't say it's okay. They say, do you know how much that costs? I don't know. I'm 7. And African parents love reminding you of school fees. Every argument ends with school fees. You say, I'm tired. They say, I'm not paying school fees. What does that have to do with my legs? School fees is the African parent version of, I brought you into this world. It ends conversations. You couldn't win? Yeah, you couldn't. And the guilt? African parents will list expenses like receipts, school fees, uniforms, books, transport. I'm like, you want me to pay you back now? Because I didn't sign a loan. Yeah, the loan agreements. Money trauma follows you into adulthood. That's why Africans check prices before entering shops. We don't browse. Browsing is dangerous. You ask the price first. If it's too high, you pretend you are just passing while just joking. Yeah, no, you aren't. You are interviewing poverty. And Africans don't trust discounts. When something is cheap, we get suspicious. Yeah, I hope you don't get suspicious. What's wrong with that? We grew up knowing cheap things come from hard stuff. So, cheap things come with consequences. And to this day, I still feel guilty spending money on myself. I buy something nice and immediately calculate regret. Okay, rent, food, transport, suffering. That's the budget. African parents raised us to survive, not to enjoy. That's why when an African starts making money, we panic. We don't know how to relax. We give an African adult money and they'll say, let me save. Save for what? Already suffering. And when relatives find out you're making money, suddenly you're a government project. Just help. Small is never small. Small is life-changing. And you can't say no because you are raised with guilt. African parents trained us to feel bad for having anything. You eat food, they say people are starving. I'm eating for them. And yet, after all, we survived. We learned resilience, creativity, how to stretch nothing into something. African parents didn't raise soft kids. They raised survivors with grammar and good manners. So yeah, we may have money issues, but we also have life experience, like how to survive with life with very little and survived African money. Yeah, trust me, life can't scare you. Cheers.